What's going on YouTube? The Wasted Truth coming at you again. Got my second episode of This or That. Hope you guys enjoyed the first episode. If you haven't watched it, I'll put a link in the description for you. In this episode, I'm going to talk about small maps versus big maps. Personally, in Modern Warfare 3, I prefer small maps, which is totally opposite. In Black Ops, I preferred bigger maps. Like, I hated Nuketown for the most part, but in Modern Warfare 3, I think small maps are the way to go. They're a lot more fun. Like Dome, I'm playing Dome right now, for instance. I think Dome is one of the better maps. I mean, it's small enough where you can get into a lot of action, but it's big enough where you don't have to just go the whole map and not see anybody. For example, take Seatown. The way that map is laid out and the size of that map, I can go the whole map and not see not one single person. I've done it numerous times. You spawn, you take off, going trying to find somebody, and you just can't find them. Now let's get into the pros and cons of small maps or big maps. We'll start with the small maps first. To me, one of the biggest pros is size. A small map, you can run around. It's great for gunfights. You don't have to chase a guy all around the whole map. You're always in the action. So I mean, that's always great and fun. I love a fun action-packed game. That's definitely one of the pros for a small map. Another pro for a small map, it doesn't matter if you got a full team or you're by yourself. On a small map, it can still be fun. If you're by yourself, you can still just run around getting your kills, staying in the action. If you got a team, you can kind of hold off areas, and it's very easy to lock down positions on the map. So I think for team play or for solo play, a small map works great. Unless you're on the other team by yourself and you're going against a full party, then it gets kind of messed up. Another pro for small maps is objective game types. Small maps are perfect for objective game types because it's a lot more fun to play search and destroy or capture the flag on a smaller map. Again, it's more action packed, and you can't hide around the whole map. Playing search and destroy, you have that one guy, he'll hide way off in a far corner somewhere, wait for everybody to die and try to come in and get his ninja defuse, and 9 times out of 10 he fails and you lose because he wants to try to make a quick video and look good. But the smaller maps, to me, they're a lot better for objective game types. It's harder to kind of hide in a corner somewhere, unless you're really good like Hidden Masters, but that's another story. And capture the flag is especially more fun on Dome or Bootleg. To me, Bootleg is a very good map. It's not quite a small map, but it's a perfect size map. And I think capture the flag, search and destroy, even domination plays great on Bootleg and on Dome. Now let's get into some cons for small maps. There's quite a few cons too. The first thing I really could think about is the spawns. The spawns are crazy in this game anyway, and on small maps the spawns are so sporadic, it's hard to keep up where the enemy is, especially if you're running around. Then it's hard to keep up where the enemy's spawning at, and it can get pretty frustrating. A guy spawning behind you, especially if you got a good kill streak going. So that's definitely one of the major cons of small maps. Another con for small maps, if you're playing solo or even if you're in a party and your teammates aren't that good, just playing with some friends that like to play for fun, and you get paired up with a full party of people that are tryhards that just play to win, that's what they do. They just trap you in spawn or make the game horrible for you. It can be very frustrating to go against a organized team, especially on small maps. Like Dome, if you go against a full party of organized players on Dome and you're not organized and ready to compete with those guys, chances are you're either going to rage quit, break your controller, or just end up leaving the game. And another real frustrating con for small maps is the across map throwing knife, grenade, even noob tubes. We all love to get those quick kills like that, but we hate being killed by the random grenades and noob tubes and throwing knives. So it can be pretty frustrating also, and I think with the small maps it's a bigger problem. So let's get into the pros and cons of the bigger maps. One pro for a bigger map, depending on how you like to play, is the size of the map. If you hate small maps and like bigger maps, it's probably because you like to have room to run around more. Some guys like to hide more. And for certain guns, big maps work perfect, whereas smaller maps the gun may not work. For instance, usually the Type 95 is better on larger maps because you can stay off at a distance and kind of pick your guys off. Which brings me to pro number 2, line of sight. On bigger maps, it's easier to kind of post up and get you a good line of sight to catch the guys he's coming around the corner, or just running towards you. And another pro for big maps, if you got a full party, you can kind of spread your guys out and cover the whole area. And while you can do that effectively on a small map, if you're on a larger map, everyone's getting even kills, so everyone feels like they're getting their share, because there's more spaces to cover, more room for the enemy to run around, so everybody can kind of post up and get even amounts of kills. And even if you're running around, there's still more areas to cover, so everybody can still get their kills. Because if you got teammates that are not getting kills and you're just hogging all the kills, they're probably not going to play with you too long. And a big pro for the bigger maps is spawns. I spoke about how sporadic the spawns are in smaller maps. They're close to being the same in big maps, but there's more space for them to spawn, so they're not always spawning behind you or right beside you or near you. So a bigger map kind of lets you get a little more freedom if you're running around without guys spawning all beside you and behind you. But in Modern Warfare 3, you still got to watch out for it, because even on big maps, it's not perfect by no means. And now for the cons of big maps. One big con is, again, it goes back to spawning. If you die, usually you got to plan on running back across the whole map to get back into the action, which is frustrating, especially if you're playing an objective game type and you spawn way away from everything. So if you die in a big map, be prepared to usually have to run across the whole map to get back into the action. Another con of a big map is it's harder to watch your back, because there's just so many places they can come from. Especially if you're playing solo, it's very difficult to kind of cover your ass and watch your back and watch your front, watch your side. There's just so many ways for them to come in on top of you. It's hard to keep track of kind of where everybody's spawning, where they're at, where they're coming in on you, so it makes it tough. Another con for big maps, an objective game type like Capture the Flag, the maps are so big that you can pretty much kill the other team, and before you get back to your flag, a lot of times they've spawned and can cut you off, which can be very frustrating if you don't have guys you're playing with. The open area, a lot of times you can get the flag and be pretty much almost to your flag, and they can spawn and shoot you across the map just by line of sight, because the map is so open. And that frustrates me personally. It's part of the game, but it's still a big con. And I think that pretty much sums up my pros and cons for big and small maps. I'm sure you guys have a lot more. I know I probably didn't cover your pros and cons, so feel free to let me know in the comments what's your pros and cons for big and small maps. And I hope you guys are enjoying the series. This is only my second official video in this series. Please check out the first video if you haven't already. And feel free to give me ideas on new episodes and things. I'm always trying to grow and bring in new content, so any suggestions, I'll look at them, check them out. If they're good, I'll use them. And I appreciate the support. I can't say that enough. All the support I'm getting from you guys, I really appreciate it. It makes me happy to do this. I do this, I like to see the comments. I like reading you guys' comments, and I can't say it enough. Thank you guys for all the support. I hope you guys keep watching my videos and liking my videos, and I'll keep returning the favor. You guys can send me your videos in a private message or whatever. I'll be happy to look at them, give you my thoughts on them, the same way you do my videos. And I really do appreciate it, guys. Really do. And I got some quick shout outs I want to throw out real quick. Mr. Virus Venom, he's always helping me out, answering my questions, and he's a great guy. I'll link his channel in the description also. I'm gonna have quite a few links in the description for you guys this video. I want to thank iMuff. He's also a good friend of mine. He helps me out a lot on a lot of things. He's a really good guy, real great player. You guys need to check out his channel. I'll link in the description. And another guy, ThankFlow. He's a really great guy, young up and coming guy. You guys need to check out his channel. I'll also link that in the description. And I hope you guys enjoy all the links in the description. But I just want to shout those guys out real quick, and hope you guys stop by their channels and enjoy their content as much as I do. And until the next video, guys, catch you later.